Well, I hope that it's going to be streaming a little bit better today. Well, just give a second for everything to kind of like warm up here. It does look a little bit grainy. I don't know. It could be the lighting's not that great in here, but after all, it is a dark room. As you can see, two corners. I have to do some stuff with the insulation up here, okay, on both ends. Get that squared away, and then I can finish that up. Also have to put nailers on the opposite side of the floor joist there, so that I have something to nail the wall boards to, um, and then that will be done. And this, um, I think that my boards are crooked, so therefore I think that top board's gonna have to be crooked. Hey, people, I never claimed to be a professional. I'm just trying to get the insulation covered up. I am so tired of bare insulation. And I think you can see, in some places I've got some gaps. Um, I tried to cut my boards straight. Um, I guess in some cases it wasn't as straight as I thought it was. So we do have a little bit of waviness going on, some more so than others. And maybe I just didn't get it straight. I try to get things straight, but when you're trying to do an 8 foot long board by yourself, uh, let's just say I didn't do that good a job. But it's a rustic feel, right? When we have imperfections, it's rustic. So, anyway, what I'll do is, as soon as I'm able to, I'll go somewhere and get some caulking, and I will seal up these gaps. You know, these right here, and I'm sure there's some on this wall too. But anyway, um, yeah, that's what I will be doing. So, and I just you can't see behind you, but right behind you is my son's big TV. Um, and since my husband's computer died, and he bugs me from my computer to watch sports, uh, my son tells me that this is a smart TV, and so I think we can hook it up to the internet so that he can watch his sports on a big screen TV. I mean, I never wanted the TV. It's my son's. He left it here. So I ordered a wall mount for it, because this is a nice solid wood end table that the TV's sitting on. And I can use that. It's got a magazine rack at the back, and it's got drawers in front. At some point, I will show you. But everything is, let's face it, it's a construction zone. I swept this floor a couple of times, and I'm still sweeping up dust and dirt, just because it is a construction zone. I've been cutting the boards in the house, so, and that wall board is very dusty. So, anyway, so it's coming. I mean, I've got two walls done. I've got this third one to do. I do have some insulation work to do on that wall. Um, so I don't know if it'll take the rest of this bat of insulation or not. It'll come close. Um, but hey, that's all right. I allowed a whole bat of insulation for here. It's just, between the animals digging at it, and my son wasn't really careful about what he put up against it or anything like that. So it just kind of got tore up, and just, what? It's just easier if I just replace the insulation that's all tore up. I'm keeping the good pieces, okay, if I can make them work. But if it's all tore up, it's just, just put fresh in there. So, and it's a shame because it was all insulated at one point, but you know, I guess he had too much stuff in his room. So, yeah, he did, which I found out. So anyway, pardon me, I just finished eating. Anyway, yeah, the title of the live stream. This is why I stock up. And we called it stocking up before prepper became the N word. Okay. You want to call it prepping, you want to talk stocking up, you want to call it anything you want to. But I'll tell you something right now. I am very happy. My freezer is full. My small, older freezer is full. And I've got my canned goods are almost totally stocked up. I've even got a few extras. But the only thing I don't have is like, and this is disastrous, so I don't have ice cream. I think I will survive without it. And if it was really desperate, I do have an ice cream maker that I have not taken out of the box yet. It was my sister's that they never used, and it's still in the box. So who knows what kind of critters could be living in this thing. But anyway, and I don't even know if it still works. Like I said, as far as I know, it's never been used. So anyway, that's the only thing I don't have, but that's all right. I'll live. And why is it such a good thing? Hi, Willow. I hope you don't mind. Later on, I was going to share your news. If you'd rather I not say anything, I will not say anything. You just let me know. Hi, Heavens Bound Homestead. I always thought it was getting ready for winter. There you go. Yeah, it could be that too. Whatever. So anyway, the reason why it's a good thing is because the Tahoe died. Yeah. We got 3 loads of hay in, and I was taking my helper home who was helping me get my hay in, and we just got off my road, off the paved road, and the truck shut down. It just quit, dead on the road. And it's like, okay, I gave it a minute. I started it back up. It started right up. And we went on a little further, a few hundred feet, and it shut down again. Okay, at this point, my main concern was to get to a point in the road where I could get off the road. I said, it's fine. I will do a video when I can talk about her without crying. Gotcha. Okay. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, yeah. I did finally get to a point on the road where I could get off the road. And around here, cell service is like, if you're lucky. So anyway, we managed to find a ride for him to take him home. And we got I limped the Tahoe back home. Okay. Well, I didn't even take it all the way home. I parked it at the bottom of my road. Okay. And I walked up the hill. It's like I wasn't going to try and get it up the hill because that was where it was worse, was trying to get up a hill. So it sat there for 2 days. Didn't run at all. Okay. So Sunday, a week ago, we gave it a shot. Got in there, started up, it ran great. Going to church and back. Not a problem. Okay. And the next day, my farrier I was supposed to pick up my farrier so he could trim honey. It started right up. Got him, went picked him up. He finished honey, took him back home. No problems. Okay. Okay, fine. Maybe it was just a fluke thing. Maybe it's just, because of trying to put the hay away. We did 3 loads of hay. So maybe it just needed to rest. I don't know. Do motors need to rest? So anyway, so we go to town Tuesday. Okay. And this is our regular run to town to get groceries and feed and whatever else we need. Okay. So we went and did what we had to do. We did laundry. So we had laundry in the back. We had a full load of feed. We had a full load of groceries. And he even had 2 2x4s, which, I probably could have used a couple more. But anyway, we had 2 2x4s in there too. So we were fully loaded. Okay. And we were starting coming out from town. We got about halfway home from town. And she started making a funny noise and acting funny. And it's like, okay, what's going on? I started to pull over. My husband asked about the gauges. And it's like, okay, I hadn't been looking at the gauges for a long time. And I looked at the gauges. And it was, the heat gauge was all the way over. It's like, oh boy. Okay. I would periodically check gauges, and my temperature gauge was fine. Okay. Even when I was hauling the hay, I was checking the temperature gauge. The temperature gauge was fine. So I said, okay. So, and for whatever reason that day, I did not, consciously, at least I don't recall looking at the temperature gauge until he said something, and I looked and it was all the way over. It's like, okay, pulled it over. As soon as I got stopped, shut it off, sat there for a few minutes and say, okay, what could possibly, I'm going through my head, what could possibly be going on with it? Okay. And, cause I heard gurgling sounds too. Obviously it was boiling over. It was going into the overflow. Okay. So obviously she was hot. It wasn't just a bad thermostat. And then all of a sudden, whole whack of steam come out of the front end of the Tahoe. I was like, oh, great. I don't think that's good. And it was coming from the one side. And it's like, okay, I got out, made sure that it was steam and not smoke, because that was one thing I was concerned about. Okay, smoke very bad, steam bad, but smoke very bad. Okay, so anyway, so of course, sitting there on the side of the highway, we're in a dead zone. Yeah, welcome to Kentucky. Anyway, so we were trying to get hold of AAA, and it wasn't the best connection. Just as I was getting through to the guy at AAA, a state trooper showed up. Actually, I was on hold when state trooper showed up. And I said, I'm on hold right now with AAA. Okay, she broke down. And just about then, my husband was talking to him, I think, and then the call dropped. It's like, great. Okay, so anyway, so thankfully the state trooper happened to be by. You don't always see a state trooper on that highway. I'm grateful that he was there, because he put a call in and he arranged for a tow truck. 2 hours later, ever so thankful that I put 2 coolers in the back of the truck. The tow truck finally shows up, and we get him to the mechanic. The mechanic says, yeah, it's cracked radiator. Okay. And I got a radiator. So they replaced the radiator. And then I called, we were going to come and get it. And he said, well, it's we think it's the heater core is also shot, and because it's leaking from there. So, but I think we can bypass the heater core, and so you can drive it, and then when I get a heater core, we can replace it. So okay, that's fine. So we went the next day. or my husband went the next day, and he had done the bypass and go to start up. Guess what? The engine's leaking. So it wasn't just the radiator. It wasn't just the heating core. It was the engine. So, okay. What do? Look for another vehicle? I started checking on the internet and looking at our price range. Money I hadn't really planned on spending, but the money was there. And okay, well, there's this one that looks good, but it's got these problems. Okay, there's that one, and that looks good, but it's got these problems. And so when my husband finally got home, he walked from the mechanics. He told me that they suggested the possibility of replacing the engine, and he had a quote. And the quote for replacing the engine was cheaper than what I was looking at price-wise for getting another vehicle, which had problems. Okay? So the Tahoe's getting a new engine. We already know the problems she's got, the problems that we've already fixed. Okay? The body is decent. There's just a little bit of rust on the bottom of one of the back doors, which, I've been meaning to put some primer on there and I haven't done it yet. It's like, yeah, it would have been nice to have a pickup. And this would have been my opportunity to really push for getting the pickup. But needless to say, we're keeping the Tahoe and we're just getting a new engine put in. The price, was so much better. So that's what we're doing. But of course, I don't know how long it's going to be tied up. I'm hoping we can have it by the end of the week. I'm hoping. This was on Friday, I think, when everything just came to a head, and this is what we're dealing with. Okay, so tomorrow's a new day. Of course, tomorrow's a holiday, so I don't know if he's going to be working tomorrow or not. So anyway, so that's why I'm glad that we stocked up. Because it doesn't matter if I sit here and do nothing. Well, I'm not doing nothing. But it's okay to sit here and not have to go out anywhere. Okay? Just stay home and get things done. I got plenty of food in the house. I got eggs from my chickens. I got milk from my goat. We're fine. We're fine. I've got everything stocked up, prepped, whatever you want to call it. So this is why you do it. Because you never know. And where we are right here, we ain't getting anywhere without wheels. That's all there is to it. And Honey's a little out of shape. And she's also very barn sour. So it won't be easy to get her off this property. Not saying it won't be done. It will be done, hopefully. But it's not. It won't be an easy. I can't just jump on her and just go. Okay, she has to be worked up to it. So, which really, I really should do that. Now, sad news. Hopefully, I can get through this. Y'all know about that I sold Sugar, and she went north. So, dear woman, she had plans for her. And she had videos online for her. And she was doing so great. She was settling in. She looked like she was really enjoying her life with her. And then she got sick. And what she got was the meningeal worm, which is they usually get just the one worm. But it can devastate an animal. She was hoping she caught her in time, did the appropriate treatment, had the vet involved. She'd been to the vet. She was making fantastic progress. She was eating well. She was alert. She was, interested in what was going on around her. She was happy. She was doing really well. She was getting strength back in her legs. And then all of a sudden, yesterday morning, she took a sudden turn for the worse. And this morning, Sugar passed away of her own accord. I felt so bad for her new owner, because you all know how I felt about Sugar, and she loved her as much as I did. But I'm grateful that she did not have to make that decision, because that is the hardest thing to have to do, is to make a decision to put an animal down. Sugar went peacefully. So I should have grabbed a tissue. Yeah. She was a special goat. She was a very lovable goat. And I'm just sorry that she had her for such a short period of time. It was a positive diagnosis that that's what the problem was. And although the symptoms are similar between what Joy had and what Sugar had, they are different. But initially, like my vet, when I described symptoms for Joy, he says this or this. So we treated for meningeal worm to begin with, but we also treated for listeriosis. Hi, Central Kentucky Prepper. Oh, don't mind me. So anyway, it's just unbelievable that two goats from the same herd, different mothers, same father, but different mothers, came down with similar. She died. My arms, we buried her and hit my iris garden. Oh. She loved animal crackers. Absolutely loved them. Anyway, it's been a learning experience for both of us. I mean, she did everything right. Okay? And I did everything that my vet told me to do. And just sometimes these things are taken out of our hands. Okay? And they're both together now. Okay? Anyway, I gotta move on. I just found out my dog has cancer. Heartbreaking. We love our animals. Yes. That was what my Duncan passed away from. He was in a bad way towards the end, and I mean, I could have put him through all kinds of treatments and whatnot, and it's like, why? It's not going to give him that much time, and it's going to make him miserable. Sometimes the treatment is worse than the disease, and that depends on which version, and you got to make that your own call on that. My cat Dusty, he got what was it? I think it was his thyroid or something. Anyway, something that was messed up, and the vet gave him medicine. And yeah, it kind of made him feel better, but it wasn't the same Dusty. It just wasn't the same. It wasn't a life for him. So I chose to put him down as well. But anyway, so now what do? You pick yourself up and you move on. I'll be back in a few. Okay. Oh. So anyway, I've got more wall boards sitting here. So once I get this done, get the walls up, then we'll be painting. Okay. And I also, it's not going to happen over the next 4 days because we've got rain for the next 4 days. Okay. It's threatening rain now. I don't know when we're going to get rain, but it's been cloudy. And it says that we have a high probability of rain for the next 3 or 4 days. So I'm not doing a lot of stuff outside. I got to make sure that the goats have plenty of hay in their hay feeder. And I'm milking Daisy in the barn. Unfortunately, Mumu's not getting fed because it's just too much. I don't have the room in the barn right now to have Daisy and Mumu in there eating. So, and I didn't get out there to feed her earlier. I might do it later. Anyway, yeah, she gets fed when all the other goats get fed at night. But I'm trying to get weight on Mumu, and so I'm feeding her in the morning when I milk Daisy. I'm only milking Daisy for us in the morning, and I milk her at night too, but I only hand milk her at night, and I give that to depending on how much I get. I give it to Sheba, or if there's a lot, then I'll give it to Sheba and the chickens, because you can have too much milk. So anyway, so that's so it's nice to have the inside job to do. But as soon as I can get outside, I got to work on the stall for the goats. I'm going to divide that in half of the run in, and I'm going to have a milking stall too. So at the very back, and I want to put a door from the feed room where there's not supposed to be any animals into the run in from the inside. I don't know when that's going to happen because I have so much stuff in there right now, and I have the hay, of course, is in there. I have to do some major rearranging, and I don't know. I've got so much stuff in there. What I need is a shop. I need a shop so I can clear out a good portion of what's in there. Okay, stuff that was never supposed to be in that barn. That barn was supposed to be for hay and feed. That's it. It wasn't supposed to be for all this other stuff I got in there. So, but I don't know when it's going to happen that I'm going to get a shop. I don't know. It's on the list, right? Unfortunately, it's down near the bottom of the list. So anyway, I want to share something else too. I had ordered a solar light for the barn, so I could have some light in there to get the feed. Because the days are getting shorter, and I have to go in there at night sometimes, or after the sun goes down, and it's starting to get dark in there. So I ordered this solar light. I figured, it'd be nice to have the barn wired, but it's not happening before winter, and probably not happening before spring. So anyway, so I figured I'll get the solar light. It's got a remote control. Okay, great, and it's got a cover on it, so that'll be good. Because you know what a barn's like; it's all dusty and cobwebby and stuff. So I got everything all hooked up. I was up on the ladder, me and ladders, and I got the panel, the solar panel up, and I drilled holes in the floor joists, and heard rain. Anyway, I drilled holes through the floor joist, ran the wire, and plugged it all in. Nothing. Hit the remote. Nothing. Okay, well, maybe I need to let it charge for a little while. So I left it alone. Come nightfall, press the button, nothing. Contacted the company. They suggested I do something, which I had already done, but I wasn't going to tell them that. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I did it. Did just what they told me to do. Nothing. And it had a full 24 hours charge. Well, 12 hours, whatever the sun lights up. So I let them know nothing happened. So I said, okay, we're going to send you a new one. an upgrade. I got it. Now, the only thing is, I saw this style on Amazon and I didn't really like it, but this is what they sent me. I have not tried it yet because, like I said, 4 days of rain. I just got it yesterday. Okay. So it hasn't, I don't know if I can connect it to the solar panel that I have already hooked up or not. But it's got a different way of hanging. The other one, it was more secure on the beam. This one I got to figure out how to hook it up. Anyway, so long as it works, I guess. So we'll see. Said probably won't be able to get that hung up till like Wednesday. I can try it with a solar panel that's already up, but I don't know how well it's going to charge, with all the clouds and whatnot. So we'll see. I'll give the company credit. Say neighbor just picked up the hay he baled. Oh my, hopefully next year I'll need the hay. Oh yeah, there you go. You know what? My neighbor still has hay, I think. But man, he just picked up the hay. I hope it didn't get wet because it poured buckets this morning, early morning. I don't know if you got it over your way or not, but I know here it just poured buckets. So hopefully he got it up dry. So anyway, yeah, so we'll see how that works out. Like I said, I'll give the company credit, whereas, I've had issues with things before. I've got online and I got like nowhere with the company. This company was good. They sent me a new light. So we'll see. The light looks impressive. It looks impressive. We'll see if it is or not. Hopefully next week I'll be able to tell you one way or another if it was any good or not. Okay. So we'll see. I figure solar light, and I'm going to try changing the battery in the remote control for the other light and see if that works before I completely discount it. Unfortunately, I can't do that for a while, not until we get the truck back, because it takes one of those little round flat disc kind of batteries that look like a coin. Not a whole lot over here. Oh, okay. Looks similar to the one I've been using in the garden. I love it. Oh, really? Okay. Well, we'll try it and see how it is. If I can get this other one to work with just a simple battery change in the remote, then I'll have two lights. But we'll see. It'd be nice to get the barn wired, but I mean, I do like solar, and it would be nice to have at least one solar light, but we do have some lights around that are battery powered that are rechargeable. So I don't have to keep changing the batteries on all of my lights. And we have candles, and we have a propane lantern, and I have a battery powered lantern. We need it. All kinds of brown spots over here, and grass caught fire from the burn pile. Oh, yeah, that's rough. We're definitely getting it now. I said we've got rain for the next 4 days. At least they're calling for it. And it's cloudy. And I heard thunder and saw lightning this morning. I heard the rain this morning. And we've just had the brief shower every now and then. So I'm not sure. It's coming up from the south. Weatherman Plus says that we're going to be getting all kinds of rain. They've got an aerial flood watch out for this area. So who knows? We'll see. But we're getting stuff done. We are definitely getting stuff done. It'll be nice. So close to getting this done, I can taste it. This is the hard part. And I'll tell you, actually, the worst part was down here, the outlet that's right next to where the internet comes in. That was the worst. Because I couldn't disconnect the internet. So I had hard rain last night. Yeah. It seems to me that when I get rain, you get rain usually. Prepper now has one solar power light that he recommends. Looks like a street light. Is that right? Does it look anything like this one? I don't know if you were in here when I was showing this before or not. This is the one that they sent to replace the one that didn't work right out of the box. So we'll see. I'll try and see if it'll hook up to the solar panel that's already there, but it would still have to charge. I'm pretty sure the batteries for it are inside the light and not in the solar panel. So, no, oh, okay. There's so many lights out there with, wide range of prices, and it's like you don't want to overspend, but if you spend too cheap, then it's not going to work. I thought that this was a decent price for this light. It would seem like it was a, what was it, about $35. So that seemed like should be a quality product. No. Long rectangular light. Okay. I think I've seen those. Yeah, I would love to get a solar security light to replace the one that we have right now that is by the power company. It costs us $11 a month. Every month, $11 for that light. And I would like to find a really good security solar light that I can replace it with and have that disconnected. So that will save us $11 a month. And I mean, I don't know, there was 1 or 2 months there where it was $12. So I don't know why. But then it was back down to 11. So who knows? But yeah, I just would feel better having the solar light. Of course, the cheaper they are, the lower the quality and the lower the lifespan. So it'd be nice if I could get one that had the replaceable bulbs, replaceable batteries, because batteries don't last forever. Even the rechargeable ones, they eventually give out, which is something with these electric cars, yeah, they're great. They're quiet. They don't stink. But those batteries do eventually give out, and then you have to replace them. And it is extremely expensive to replace them. And then what do you do with the old ones? Well, I guess they're going to have to go to a landfill. Oh, well, that's a toxic stuff that's in them. So you got to be careful. You can't just dump them wherever in the landfill. So I got some from Lowe's the other day. I think $20 each. Oh yeah, next time I get to Lowe's, I'll have to look around and see what they've got. I've gotten a few little things from like Harbor Freight and stuff like that, but you don't expect much out of them. I need to find a heater that runs on solar. Oh, good luck on that one for the greenhouse, but do not have much money to spend. Honey, you're not going to find a heater that runs on solar. Really, you're not. You might find a small ceramic type heater that doesn't draw a whole lot, but you need an awful lot of solar to power it, because that is the one thing that takes a lot of energy, and that is heat, unfortunately. I'll send you some pictures in an email. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so that's what, this push for everybody to go green, go solar, go wind. As much as I love solar, and I have always loved solar, I did a project in high school, a science project in high school with using solar. And of course, the day that I was supposed to demonstrate my project, it was a cloudy day. But we managed to get something out of it, okay? So, yeah, I love solar. I always had a solar calculator. I thought it was a wonderful thing. But it has its limits. I can see I have a 100-watt solar panel. Well, that's a start, but I don't think you're going to find that it's going to power much of anything when it comes to heat. I think you need a lot more. I mean, trust me, I'm not an electrician. I don't even play one on YouTube very well. Really, I'm not. All I know is that it takes heat draws a lot of power. Okay. And so you can talk to somebody that knows more about it. But I think the 100-watt solar panels is not going to be enough to power a heater that you would need overnight, all night, to keep a greenhouse warm. Um, that's why a lot of your greenhouses are powered by um, propane, natural gas, or wood. There's some that may use kerosene. Have a kerosene heater in there, but they all have their drawbacks, and you just got to figure out which is going to work best. But you need a lot more solar panels to heat it, because it's you just need to keep it above freezing. So it's not like you got to, um, you know, keep it toasty. But you just pretty much have to keep it around like 40 degrees, I think, in around there roughly. So you have to just ask people that know. I dug a ditch down the middle of the greenhouse. Okay, is going to put manure in it, a board on top that will put some heat in there. Yes, it will put some heat in there. Um, and you got to keep it aerated. And I think there's a certain amount of moisture you need to have as well. I'm no expert. Um, I've been watching a few people that have been doing that kind of thing. Um, who was it? Oh, she changed her channel name. Oh, it used to be Dirt Patch Heaven. Oh, what's her new channel name? Oh, the Iowa Family or something. I don't remember. But anyway, she does a lot with um, heated beds that are naturally heated through composting and whatnot. She's done a lot of that, and she's up in is it Iowa or Idaho? I think it's Idaho, up north. So and she gets cold. It's cold. Um, so she has a lot of success. Now, whether or not you can do what she does, I don't know. You have to take a look and see what she does. Um, but she 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 gets quite a bit out of it. If you need kerosene, get it. I just paid $6.80 a gallon. Holy mackerel! Thank you for the info. We will be checking it as soon as we get the Tahoe back. We will be getting kerosene. Um, Not that we need a lot because we have the wood stove. Um, that's like twice the price from last year. Twice the price. Oh man, that's high. Okay, we will definitely be checking that out as soon as we get the Tahoe back. We will be going and we will be filling up our cans with kerosene, just so we have it. Because I do have a kerosene heater, and we also have kerosene lanterns. So you got to have kerosene for so many different things. So definitely, and it'll keep too. It's like diesel; it'll keep for a while. Getting some, I have to get a bottle of propane too this week. Yeah, we that is another thing we got when we went to town. We got one of our bottles of propane filled, um, and I've got one on. But I had one. I had two that I was gonna fill, but the one felt like it still had some in it. So I held it back and I asked the guy, okay, can it sometimes just not, uh, you know, that it would still have propane in it, even though it's not burning? And he said, yeah, sometimes you get an air bubble or something in there. He explained to me. I don't know that I can repeat it well. So, but we have 3 bottles for propane. Um, Now, if I ever get a shower room built, I have a small, as a matter of fact, you're sitting on it. You're sitting on the box for a small propane heater for a shower room or a, yeah, whatever. Okay. And so I wanted to have the propane for that, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get this thing built. Of course, then again, I always said I didn't know if I was ever going to get my room done either, but it's getting there. It's getting there. So yeah, definitely. Now's the time to get everything. Unfortunately, gas you can't really stock up. Which getting 55-gallon steel drums for kerosene and diesel. Smart man, smart man. Yeah, um, 55-gallon drum would be nice to have for to put kerosene in. None of my stuff uses diesel. I tend to avoid diesel. Big Hill kerosene is $4.99. Okay. Well, I don't know what it is over here by me. I'll have to check it out as soon as I can and see because last year I'm pretty sure it was around $3 a gallon. So I'm hoping it hasn't gone up to $4.99 yet. But yeah, I definitely will be getting that filled up. I've got 2 cans and a blue jug. How many gallons is it? 3? It's either 3 or 5 gallon jug. I don't remember which. Anyway, it's got one of these fancy nozzles, and you got to push it or something and do, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to put the extra gas in my truck so I could get fresh gas in that thing. I could not get that stinking nozzle to work to put the gas in the truck. I couldn't do it. Let me know. I'm shopping around or for when I get the drums. Okay. All right. Send me we'll talk via email. Okay. Yeah. I will definitely touch base with you on that. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know about this nozzle. I don't know why they had to mess with these nozzles. Okay. Used to be so easy. You take the cap off the nozzle. It had a little bendy thing in it. You pick up the jug, you put the nozzle in the hole, and you pour it away. Okay. Easy peasy. Even an idiot like me could figure it out. Now you got these things you got to push, like the kerosene one, you got to push on it, and then you end up getting fuel all over your hand. Okay, because it's you got to do it just right, or it leaks. And then this other thing I got is that nozzle. It's like I couldn't get it to pour. I know there's a trick to it, and I can't remember what the trick was because I put gas in the generator. Okay, and that's what that gas jug is for. It's for the generator. Well, now I can't do it. I can't get this thing to work. So I don't know how. Thankfully, I still have fuel in the tank. You know, we haven't had to use the generator a lot. We've used it a little bit. So I have to figure out, maybe I can get one of those old-fashioned type of nozzles somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So now's the time to start prepping things. Things are getting crazy out there, people. They're just getting crazy. You know, when we first moved here, I had things stocked up in New Jersey. With the move, I had to get rid of everything. Okay. Everything had to go. I brought very little back with me or down here with me. So when we moved here, I'm starting all over again. Stocking things up. And just doing it slowly. But, you know, I'm getting there. Can we last a year with what I have? No, don't have enough for that. I'm going to try to cut wood next week. I feel I will need a lot this winter. Say a prayer, yes, that I will be able to do it. Last year was the first time I did not cut my own wood. Take your time, space yourself out, you know, don't overdo it. Just do what you can. And then when you've gotten to your limit, stop. Okay. Don't push it. Don't overdo it. Okay. But, you know, cutting your wood is one thing, splitting it is another. And hopefully you got something to help you split it with, other than swinging a maul. So yeah, definitely. We started getting firewood. I haven't split anything yet. I don't even have my wood shed built yet. If we ever get the back porch built, I'm thinking about just getting the guys to just build the wood shed too, so that I can get the wood put in, because I don't want to have to cover it with a tarp again, because that was not very effective and it wasn't easy to deal with either. So that's my goal. If my husband gets his money out of Canada, which we got forms we got to fill out and stuff. So, do you know anyone who sells firewood? I'll have to buy for this winter. Yes, I do. The guy that we get firewood from, I'm not sure how far he goes. I will send you his number via email. Okay, his name is Randy. Great guy. He really is a great guy. Um, but he is limited as to how much he can do. But yeah, I don't know. And I'm sure there's somebody else too. Actually, he was telling me when he was here last week, he was saying that there's been a few people that are getting out of doing the firewood because they can't make any money at it. Um, so unless you can find some dead wood around, Class A personality. Once you get started, hard to quit, no matter how much you hurt. Well, sometimes, my dear, you got to tell yourself, okay, I got to quit or else. Okay, don't overdo it or you're really going to set yourself back. Yeah, there's people that are getting out of doing firewood because they can't make any money at it because of the price of fuel and whatnot. If you can find some place where you can cut wood, man, if you can cut your own, sometimes you get dead wood. The thing is, if you cut a live tree, of course, you can't burn that this year. So I don't know, but anyway, I'll give you his number, and also you can check on Dial and Deal too. They may start getting some people calling in about firewood. Check on Facebook Marketplace. If you're on Facebook, check on Craigslist. Sometimes you can find things, about free firewood. And hey, if worse comes to worse, there's always pallets, even though technically it's not legal to burn pallets. But you know what? It's better than freezing to death. Hey, Stringfield Farm, how you doing? Well, you're here just in time for me to say goodbye. Oh, how do you like my walls? I got 2 walls. Hopefully before the end of the week, I'll have a 3rd wall. And see, sometimes you can find a tree service that would cut it and lay it for you to get. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. I've tried calling out hard to get anyone. Yeah, you just got to make connections, talk to people. That's the way to do it. Oh, that figures I'm always late. That's all right, Teresa. I mean, it's like I'm always late to yours too. So it's very rare I get to sit through the whole live stream of yours. I usually end up having to catch it later, So, and I have to admit, I haven't been watching a lot of lives because I've been so busy trying to get this room done. So, I mean, I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Once I get this done, then it's kitchen time. Well, except for the goat stall, but that doesn't take as much work. So hopefully, I mean, maybe by Christmas we can have running water. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I will go back and watch this one. Okay. And just giving you a heads up, have a tissue ready. Okay. Anyways, yes, I do have to get off here. I got to start figuring out how I'm going to deal with this. I got to find my smaller bit because I got to take boards down from the floor joists that are up there. I had put it up for a shelf for my son, and I've got the wrong bit. And usually I keep the smaller bit on my driver, and it's not there. I don't know if it got knocked off. So I got to find a smaller bit so I can take those screws down because I can't do anything up there until I get that shelf done. But of course, I can start from the floor and work my way up, right? Right. Okay. What a great Christmas gift that would be, wouldn't it, though? Oh, I don't know if I know how to act. I have the bathroom apart. Oh, plumbing. Is it just plumbing? Do you have it apart down to the plumbing, or you just have it apart to just clean and freshen up and paint maybe? Anyways, I got to get off of here, people. Thank you very much for coming in. And in case you didn't know, this is Mom H, and this is Honey Hello Homestead. So take care, everybody, and I will see you all later. Take it easy.